Have you ever stopped to wonder why so many vibrant, seemingly healthy people don't live past 82? It's a question that lingers in my heart, one I've carried through nearly 5 decades as a doctor. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, and I've seen this pattern too often lives full of promise quietly fading, not because of disease or poor habits, but because of something far less obvious, a disconnection from the simple, natural joy of physical pleasure. It's a silent thief, stealing vitality when we least expect it. And today, I want to share why this matters and how you can change it. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, 85 years young, still working every day to guide men and women toward healthier, fuller lives. Over my 50 years as a physician, I've treated over 10,000 patients, from retirees to grandparents, each searching for ways to feel alive again. My mission has always been to uncover the gentle, practical secrets that keep your body and spirit thriving, no matter your age. What I've learned is that health isn't just about what you eat or how you move, it's about staying connected to the spark that makes you feel human. Today, we're diving into a topic too often whispered about how physical pleasure, including self-pleasure, can be a lifeline for your health after 60. It's not just about intimacy, it's about keeping your body awake, your heart strong, and your years long. Let me tell you about John, a 68-year-old retired teacher who walked into my office last year with a weight in his eyes. He was active, ate his vegetables, and adored his wife, Ellen, after 40 years of marriage. But something was wrong. John described a heaviness, a numbness that seemed to settle into his bones. Intimacy with Ellen had faded not from lack of love, but from a quiet exhaustion and shame he couldn't explain. "Dr. Cole," he said, his voice low. "I feel like I'm disappearing, and it's breaking my heart." His story echoes thousands. I've heard men and women over 60 who feel their vitality slipping away, unaware that a simple, private practice could bring it back. John's life changed when he learned to reconnect with his body, and I'll share how he did it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through why physical pleasure is vital after 63 myths that hold us back, and 5 gentle steps to restore your energy and joy. If you've ever felt tired, disconnected, or even a little ashamed of your body's needs, this is for you. What's one thing you've noticed dimming your spark lately? Share it in the comments below. Let's open this conversation together. Before we dive deeper, let's uncover the silent epidemic that's quietly stealing years from so many lives. There's a hidden threat creeping into the lives of so many older adults, one that's rarely talked about, but can steal years from your life. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, and after 50 years of helping people stay vibrant, I've seen it too often, a silent epidemic where men and women over 60 lose touch with the simple joy of physical pleasure. This isn't just about intimacy or fleeting moments of enjoyment, it's about keeping your body alive, your heart strong, and your spirit bright. When we disconnect from our bodies, we risk fading away, not just emotionally, but physically. Today, I want to pull back the curtain on this quiet crisis and show you how it's affecting you or someone you love and what we can do about it. As we move through our 60s and beyond, many of us slip into what I call physical numbness. It's not something you notice all at once. Maybe you feel a little less responsive, like your body doesn't hum with the same energy it once did. Your skin might feel less sensitive, your movements heavier. This isn't just a feeling, it's a real, measurable state where your body starts to slow down. Blood circulation weakens, making it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach your muscles, your brain, even your heart. Hormones like testosterone in men and estrogen in women begin to dip, leaving you tired and less resilient. Even your memory and immune system take a hit. A 2020 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who lose sensory engagement, touch, pleasure, connection face a 20% higher risk of cognitive decline and a weakened immune response. Over time, this numbness can sap your energy, cloud your mood, and even shorten your life. It's like a light inside you dims, and without attention, it keeps fading. Why does this happen? The answer lies in a mix of forces we rarely talk about. Society often sends a clear message: pleasure is for the young. After 60, we're told to focus on serious things: health, family, legacy, and leave behind the joy of our bodies. I've sat with countless patients who grew up hearing that self-pleasure, or even intimacy, is somehow wrong or shameful past a certain age. Cultural taboos, religious teachings, or family expectations can plant seeds of guilt that linger for decades. One patient told me, "Dr. Cole, I was raised to believe my body's needs were selfish after 50. On top of that, there's a striking lack of education. We're taught how to care for our hearts with diet or our joints with exercise. But who teaches us how to stay connected to our body's natural rhythms? Without guidance, we stop listening to what our bodies are telling us, and that silence carries a heavy cost." Let's talk about what's happening inside you when this disconnection takes hold. Your brain and body thrive on sensory input: touch, warmth, pleasure. These sensations light up neural pathways, releasing dopamine and oxytocin, those feel-good chemicals that lift your mood and calm your stress. When you turn away from physical pleasure, those pathways weaken, like a muscle you stop using. A 2018 study in the Archives of Sexual Behavior showed that older adults who stay engaged with sensory stimulation, including self-pleasure, have better hormonal balance and a 15% lower risk of depression. But when you shut that door, the opposite happens. Cortisol, the stress hormone, starts to climb, putting strain on your heart, raising your blood pressure, and weakening your immune system. It's like letting your body's natural spark flicker out. Over time, this stress can wear down your resilience, making you more vulnerable to illness and fatigue. Your body forgets how to respond, and that loss ripples through every part of your health. I'll never forget Margaret, a 72-year-old widow who came to me feeling like she was stuck. After losing her husband 5 years earlier, she'd lost more than her partner. She'd lost her sense of physical connection. Margaret described it as her body shutting down. Her sleep was restless, her memory foggy, and a constant tiredness weighed her down. She loved dancing in her younger years, but now even a short walk felt exhausting. "Dr. Cole?" she said, her eyes tired but searching. "I don't feel like myself anymore." I guided her to start small, reconnecting with her body through gentle touch and mindfulness exercises. Nothing intense, just a few minutes a day to feel her skin, to breathe deeply, to listen to her body again. Within weeks, something shifted. Margaret started sleeping through the night. Her mind felt sharper, and she even began dancing again, swaying to old records in her living room. I didn't realize how much I was missing myself. She told me with a smile. Her story is a reminder that this disconnection isn't permanent. You can wake your body back up, This silent epidemic of physical numbness is stealing vitality from too many lives, but it doesn't have to. Margaret's transformation shows what's possible when we break through the barriers of shame and silence. The question now is, why is staying connected to physical pleasure, especially through self-pleasure, so vital after 60? Let's explore the science and stories that show it's not just a luxury, it's a lifeline for your health and happiness. Let's talk about something that might surprise you. Could a simple, private act like self-pleasure be a key to living a longer, healthier life? I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, and after 50 years of helping people thrive, I can tell you the science says yes. This isn't about chasing fleeting thrills, it's about giving your body and mind a powerful boost that keeps you vibrant well into your later years. Masturbation after 60 is more than a moment of pleasure. It's a lifeline that supports your heart, your hormones, and your happiness. Today, I want to walk you through the remarkable ways this practice can transform your health, backed by science that's as clear as it is inspiring. When you engage in self-pleasure, your body comes alive in ways you might not expect. First, it's like a workout for your circulation. The act sends blood rushing to your pelvic region, nourishing tissues that often get neglected as we age. For men, this means feeding the corpora cavernosa, the spongy tissue in the penis that supports erections. For women, it keeps vaginal tissues healthy, reducing dryness and discomfort that can creep in over time. A 2016 study from Harvard University found that men who ejaculate frequently 21 times or more per month have a 22% lower risk of prostate cancer. That's not just a number. It's a sign that regular stimulation helps flush out harmful substances from the prostate, keeping it healthier for the long haul. For women, studies in the Journal of Women's Health 2017 show that regular pelvic stimulation improves vaginal lubrication and elasticity, easing discomfort and supporting confidence. This isn't about intensity, it's about keeping your body awake and responsive. Beyond circulation, self-pleasure does something profound for your stress levels. We live in a world that can feel relentless. And as we age, stress hormones like cortisol can build up, straining your heart and clouding your mood. When you reach orgasm, your body hits a reset button. A 2019 study in psychoneuroendocrinology found that orgasm can lower cortisol levels by up to 30%, which helps calm your nervous system, ease blood pressure, and reduce anxiety. Imagine that a natural, private way to melt away stress without a pill or a doctor's visit. This drop in cortisol doesn't just feel good, it protects your heart from the wear and tear of chronic stress, giving you more energy to enjoy your days. There's more. Self-pleasure gives your hormones a gentle nudge in the right direction. For men, it can slightly boost testosterone, which supports muscle strength, energy, and even mental clarity. For women, it encourages a small uptick in estrogen, which helps with mood stability and bone health. These aren't dramatic spikes, but they're enough to keep your body balanced. A 2020 study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine noted that older adults who engage in regular self-pleasure report better mood and memory compared to those who don't. Then there's the magic of oxytocin and dopamine, the feel-good chemicals released during orgasm. These flood your brain, promoting a sense of calm and connection that's vital as we age. They also pave the way for deeper, more restorative sleep, something many of us struggle with later in life. A 2018 study in sleep medicine found that post-orgasm hormone release improves sleep quality by 25%, helping you wake up refreshed and ready. But here's what I want you to hear. Most self-pleasure is more than a physical act. It's an act of self-love. It's a quiet moment where you tell your body, you matter. You're still here. It's about honoring your needs, listening to what feels good, and keeping your spark alive. This practice keeps the neural pathways tied to desire and arousal firing, preserving your libido and responsiveness. Whether you have a partner or not, it's like tending a garden. Regular care keeps it blooming. Without it, your body can start to feel distant, like a house you no longer visit. A 2021 study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine compared older adults who regularly engage in self-pleasure to those who don't. The results were striking. The active group reported 25% higher mood scores, an 18% lower risk of hypertension, and sharper cognitive function. Those who stepped away from this practice showed higher rates of depression and physical decline. It's not about how often you do it, it's about staying connected to the body you live in. This connection isn't just about preventing decline, it's about thriving. When you embrace self-pleasure, you're sending a message to your brain. I'm still alive, still vibrant. That message ripples through your entire system, supporting your heart, your mind, and your sense of self. It's a simple act that carries profound benefits, and the science backs it up. But numbers and studies only tell part of the story. What really brings this to life is hearing from someone who's experienced it firsthand. Let's meet a patient who discovered this truth and saw their health transform in ways they never imagined. Let me share a story that brings this conversation to life. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, and I've seen firsthand how reconnecting with your body can spark a transformation, even when it feels out of reach. For some, self-pleasure is a natural way to rediscover that connection. But it's not the only path. Today, I want to walk you through a journey of renewal and show you gentle, accessible ways to wake up your body, no matter where you're starting. These practices aren't about forcing anything. They're about honoring yourself, feeling alive, and reclaiming the energy that's still within you. Let's dive into one man's story and explore options that can work for everyone. I met Robert, a 66-year-old accountant, on a quiet afternoon in my office. He sat across from me, his shoulders slumped, his eyes carrying a weight he couldn't hide. Robert was a man who prided himself on his work and his 40-year marriage to his wife, Sarah. But something had shifted. His energy had dwindled, leaving him dragging through his days. Sleep came in fits and starts, and intimacy with Sarah had all but disappeared. Dr. Cole, he said, his voice barely above a whisper. I feel like I'm letting her down, like I'm not the man I used to be. It wasn't a lack of love. Robert adored Sarah, but a deep sense of disconnection from his own body that left him feeling lost. I suggested he try a gentle practice of self-pleasure, not as a task or a goal, but as a way to listen to his body again. I encouraged him to start slowly, in a private space, focusing on what felt good without pressure. A month later, Robert came back with a spark in his eyes I hadn't seen before. He was sleeping through the night, waking up with more energy, and feeling closer to Sarah than he had in years. It's like I woke up my whole body, he said, a smile breaking through. Even his doctor was thrilled his blood pressure had dropped noticeably. Robert's story shows how a small, intentional act can ripple through your life, bringing back vitality you thought was gone. But I know self-pleasure isn't for everyone, and that's perfectly okay. If the idea feels uncomfortable or just doesn't resonate, there are other ways to reconnect with your body that are just as powerful. One of my favorite approaches is gentle self-massage. Take a few minutes to focus on areas like your arms, legs, or lower belly places that often go unnoticed. Use your hands to apply light pressure, moving in slow circles, and notice the warmth and sensation under your skin. This simple act boosts circulation, much like self-pleasure does, sending blood flow to areas that need it. A 2019 study in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that self-massage increases blood flow by 20% and reduces stress markers in older adults. It's a way to tell your body, "I'm here for you," without any expectations. Another option is breath awareness, a practice that's as simple as it is profound. Find a quiet spot, sit comfortably, and take 5 slow, deep inhales through your nose, letting the air fill your chest and belly. Exhale gently through your mouth, feeling your body soften. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part that calms you down and helps you feel grounded. A 2021 study in Frontiers in Physiology showed that just 5 minutes of deep breathing reduces stress by 25% and improves heart rate variability. A sign your body's finding balance. It's like giving yourself a mini vacation, a moment to reconnect with the rhythm of your breath and the life it carries. If you're looking for something even more immersive, try sensory meditation. This is about tuning into the textures and sensations around you. Sit quietly and focus on the feel of a soft blanket in your hands, the warmth of a cup of tea, or even the gentle flow of water as you wash your hands. Let your mind rest on these sensations, noticing every detail. This practice reawakens your senses, helping you feel more present in your body. A 2020 study in mindfulness found that sensory-focused exercises improve mood and reduce anxiety by 22% in older adults. These alternatives, massage, breathing, meditation, mimic the benefits of self-pleasure by boosting blood flow, easing stress, and lighting up the neural pathways that keep you feeling alive. They're gentle, private, and accessible. No matter your comfort zone. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried something simple, like massaging your hands or feet, to feel more connected to your body? Maybe you've noticed how a deep breath changes your day. Share your experience in the comments below. It could inspire someone else to take that first step. Your story matters, and it's part of this journey we're on together. Robert's renewal, and the alternatives I've shared. Show what's possible when you choose to reconnect with yourself. But for many, there are invisible barriers, beliefs we've carried for years that keep us from embracing this vitality. Let's tackle 3 big misconceptions that might be holding you back from this life-giving practice. There's something holding so many of us back from feeling truly alive. And it's not the number of candles on your birthday cake. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, and in my 50 years of helping people rediscover their vitality, I've learned that the biggest barriers often live in our minds, not our bodies. Outdated beliefs can quietly convince us to turn away from the very things that keep us thriving. Today, I want to shine a light on 2 common misconceptions that keep so many older adults from embracing their full energy and joy. These myths are like invisible walls, but once we see them for what they are, we can start to tear them down together. The first misconception is one I hear all the time: I'm too old to think about pleasure. Society has a way of making us believe that after 60, pleasure is something reserved for the young, that it's time to act your age and leave those feelings behind. I've had patients sit across from me, their voices soft with resignation, saying, "Dr. Cole, isn't that part of life over for me?" It breaks my heart because your body doesn't agree. Pleasure isn't just for the young. It's a biological need that keeps your mind sharp and your body strong. A 2020 study in Sexual Medicine Reviews found that adults over 65 who stay sexually active, whether through self-pleasure or with a partner, report higher life satisfaction and a lower risk of chronic illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. This isn't about chasing youth, it's about honoring the body you're in right now. Pleasure keeps your brain firing, your blood flowing, and your spirit lifted. It's like watering a plant. If you stop, it wilts. But with care, it thrives. Your body is no different, no matter your age. Let me tell you about Susan, a 70-year-old grandmother who thought her vibrant days were behind her. Susan came to me feeling like she was just going through the motions. She loved her grandkids, her garden, her quiet evenings with a book. But something was missing. She'd stopped exploring her body, believing it was inappropriate at her age, that it was somehow frivolous or wrong. I thought I was supposed to focus on being a grandmother, not on myself. She admitted. We talked about how her body still craved connection, and I encouraged her to try a gentle practice of self-touch and mindfulness just a few minutes a day to feel her skin, to breathe deeply, to notice what felt good. Within weeks, Susan's eyes lit up when she told me, "Dr. Cole, I didn't know I could still feel this good." She started walking with more energy, laughing more with her grandkids, and even felt confident enough to join a local dance class. Susan's story is proof that it's never too late to reclaim your vitality. Your body doesn't care about society's rules. It's ready to respond when you give it a chance. The second misconception is just as heavy. The idea that self-care, especially self-pleasure, is shameful. So many of us grew up hearing messages that made us feel guilty about listening to our body's needs. Maybe it was a parent's stern warning, a religious teaching, or a cultural taboo that planted the seed. I've had patients tell me they feel wrong even thinking about self-pleasure, like it's selfish or sinful. But let me be clear. Caring for your body is about respect, not indulgence. It's no different from eating a healthy meal or taking a walk to keep your heart strong. Self-pleasure is a way to honor the body you live in, to keep it vibrant and connected. A 2019 survey by AARP found that 60% of adults over 60 feel some guilt about self-pleasure, but those who embrace it report better mental health, less anxiety, and a stronger sense of well-being. That guilt is a weight you don't have to carry. Imagine how freeing it would feel to let it go, to see caring for yourself as an act of love, not shame. I want to hear from you. Have you ever hesitated to care for your body because of what others might think? Maybe you felt that quiet guilt, or maybe you've moved past it. Drop a 1 in the comments if you faced this, or a 0 if you haven't. Let's break the silence together. Your voice matters, and sharing it can help someone else feel less alone. These two myths, that you're too old for pleasure and that self-care is shameful, are like heavy curtains blocking out the light of your vitality. But there's one more misconception, one that's particularly harmful, and we need to face it head-on. Let's uncover it next and keep moving toward a life that feels full and vibrant. There's one belief that I've seen hold back so many vibrant people, and it's a sneaky one because it sounds like it makes sense. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole. And after decades of guiding older adults to rediscover their spark, I've learned that some of the most damaging ideas are the ones we think are protecting us. Today, we're going to tackle a final misconception that's convinced too many of us that stepping away from pleasure is the path to strength. It's a myth that can quietly drain your energy and health. But once we shine a light on it, you'll see how freeing it is to let it go. Let's set the record straight and open the door to a more vibrant you. The idea that abstaining from sexual energy, whether through self-pleasure or intimacy, preserves your health is one of the most harmful myths I've encountered. I've heard it from patients who believe that holding back, conserving that part of themselves, will somehow keep them stronger or help them live longer. Maybe it comes from old cultural stories or traditional teachings that equate restraint with vitality. But the truth is, turning away from your body's natural rhythms doesn't save your energy, it saps it. A 2017 study published in The Lancet found that older adults who avoid sexual activity, whether solo or with a partner, face a 15% higher risk of cardiovascular issues. That's not a small number. When you suppress this part of yourself, your body can slip into a kind of stagnation. Blood flow slows, stress hormones like cortisol creep up, and inflammation starts to build, putting strain on your heart and immune system. It's like parking a car and never driving it. The engine seizes up. Your body needs movement, connection, and engagement to stay resilient. And that includes the gentle, natural energy of pleasure. Let me tell you about Thomas, a 74-year-old veteran who walked into my office carrying a quiet frustration. Thomas was proud of his service, his discipline, his life of structure. But he'd bought into the idea that abstaining from any kind of sexual energy would keep him strong, like he was saving up his strength for the years ahead. Instead, he felt the opposite. He was irritable, snapping at his wife over small things. His energy was low, his muscles ached more than they used to, and he felt disconnected, like he was watching his life from the outside. "Dr. Cole," he said, his voice heavy. "I thought holding back was the right thing, but I'm just tired all the time." I explained that his body wasn't meant to shut down this way. That mental engagement could wake it back up. I suggested he start with a simple practice of self-pleasure, not as a performance, but as a way to feel present in his body again. 3 months later, Thomas was a different man. His mood was brighter. He had more strength for his morning walks, and his blood pressure, which had been creeping up, was back in a healthy range. I thought I was preserving energy. He told me, shaking his head, but I was losing it. Thomas's turnaround shows what happens when we let go of this myth and embrace what our bodies need. The science backs up Thomas's experience. Your body thrives on activity, not suppression. When you engage in regular stimulation, you're doing more than just feeling good, you're supporting your whole system. Blood flow to the pelvic region increases, nourishing tissues and keeping your heart and circulatory system active. This kind of movement reduces inflammation, which is a silent driver of so many chronic diseases, from heart trouble to diabetes. Regular engagement also boosts endorphins, those natural chemicals that lift your mood and ease pain. A 2018 study in the Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that older adults who maintain sensory activity, including self-pleasure, have a 20% lower risk of chronic inflammation markers. It's like giving your body a daily dose of care, keeping it vibrant and resilient. Think of it as exercise, not just for your muscles, but for your entire system, heart, mind, and spirit. When you step away from this, you're not saving energy, you're letting it slip away. leaving your body more vulnerable than it needs to be. This myth that holding back preserves your health is a heavy one, because it feels like discipline, like you're doing the responsible thing. But responsibility means listening to your body, not silencing it. Pleasure, in its simplest form, is a signal that you're alive, that you're still here, ready to feel and connect. It's not about excess or chasing something unrealistic. It's about keeping your body awake and your heart open. Thomas learned this, and it changed his days, his mood, his life. You can too. Now that we've cleared away these myths that pleasure is only for the young, that self-care is shameful, and that abstinence saves your strength, how do you begin to reclaim the vitality that's waiting for you? Let's explore a gentle, practical method to reconnect with your body and bring back that sense of aliveness. Are you ready to feel that spark of aliveness again? I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, and after helping thousands of people rediscover their vitality over 50 years, I've crafted a gentle, 5-step method to help you reconnect with your body in a way that feels safe, respectful, and deeply personal. These steps aren't about pushing yourself or chasing something out of reach. They're about creating quiet moments to listen to your body and honor its needs. No matter your age, your health, or where you're starting, this path is for you. Today, we're going to walk through the first 3 steps, each one designed to wake up your senses and bring you back to yourself. Let's take this journey together, one gentle step at a time. The first step is to prepare a safe space, a sanctuary just for you. This is where you'll begin to reconnect. So it needs to feel private and comforting. It might be your bedroom with the door locked, a cozy corner of your living room, or even a quiet spot in your home where you feel at ease. Take a moment to make it your own. Dim the lights to soften the atmosphere. Drape a favorite blanket over your chair, or play some calming music. Maybe a gentle piano melody or the sound of ocean waves. You could light a candle if that feels soothing, or simply close the curtains to create a sense of privacy. This space is your haven, a place where you can let go of the world's noise and judgment. Research tells us that a relaxed environment can lower cortisol, the stress hormone, by 20%. Creating the perfect setting for your body to open up and heal. Think of it as carving out a little piece of peace where you can truly be yourself, free to explore without worry. Once your space is ready, the second step is to relax your body and mind. This is about easing into the moment, letting go of any tension you're carrying. Find a comfortable position, maybe sitting in a soft chair or lying down on your bed. Close your eyes if that feels right, and take 5 slow, deep breaths. Inhale through your nose, feeling the air fill your chest. Then exhale gently through your mouth, letting your shoulders soften and your jaw loosen. With each breath, imagine the worries of the day melting away, like leaves floating down a stream. This isn't about forcing anything, just allowing your body to settle. Deep breathing like this activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of you that calms and restores. A 2022 study in Frontiers in Psychology found that just 5 minutes of slow breathing increases sensory awareness by 25%, helping you feel more present in your body. It's like pressing a pause button, giving yourself permission to simply be. Now, with your space set and your body relaxed, it's time for the third step. Awakening your body with gentle touch. This isn't about intensity or rushing toward a goal. It's about rediscovering areas of your body that often go unnoticed. Start with places like your lower belly, your chest, or the insides of your thighs, spots we tend to ignore in our daily lives. Using your fingertips, trace light circles or soft strokes, noticing the texture of your skin, the warmth beneath your touch. Pay attention to how it feels, even if it's subtle at first. This is about waking up your nerves, reminding your body that it's alive and responsive. A 2020 study in neurology showed that regular light touch strengthens neural connections, boosting mood and improving circulation by 15%. It's like sending a quiet message to your body. I see you. I'm here. Take your time. There's no hurry. No right or wrong way to do this. Just explore with curiosity and kindness. Let me share a story about Linda, a 69-year-old nurse who found her way back to herself through these steps. Linda came to me feeling like she'd lost a part of who she was. After years of caregiving for her patients and her family, she'd put her own needs last, and it showed. She was exhausted, her sleep was restless, and she felt disconnected, like her body was just a tool to get through the day. "Dr. Cole," she said, her voice soft with weariness. "I don't even know where to start." I guided her to begin with these first 3 steps, creating a safe space in her bedroom, practicing deep breathing, and exploring gentle touch. She started small, setting aside 10 minutes each evening in a quiet room with her favorite quilt and a soft lamp. Within 2 weeks, Linda noticed a change. She was sleeping better, waking up with a brighter mood, and feeling a sense of lightness she hadn't known in years. "I feel like I'm rediscovering myself," she told me, her eyes shining. Linda's journey shows how these small, intentional steps can spark big changes, bringing you back to a body that feels alive and yours. These first 3 steps, creating a safe space, relaxing with breath, and awakening through touch, are the foundation of reconnecting with your body. They're simple, private, and powerful, setting the stage for deeper exploration. The next 2 steps will build on this, helping you make this practice a lasting part of your life. You've taken the first steps to reconnect with your body, and that's something to celebrate. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, and I'm here to guide you through the final 2 steps of this gentle, 5-step method to make this practice a lasting part of your life. These steps, along with a simple schedule, are designed to deepen your connection, whether you're exploring alone or with a partner. This isn't about rushing or striving for perfection. It's about building a habit that feels natural, nurturing, and sustainable. Let's complete this journey together and weave this sense of aliveness into your everyday life. The 4th step is conscious stimulation, and it's where you begin to explore a deeper connection with your body. When you feel ready, move to gentle self-stimulation, keeping the focus on exploration rather than any specific outcome. This is about listening to what feels good, not chasing a goal like orgasm. Use a water-based lubricant to keep things comfortable and avoid irritation. Something simple like a drugstore brand works fine. Try varying your touch, maybe light strokes one day, a firmer pressure the next, to keep the experience fresh and engaging. This variety helps your body stay responsive, waking up nerves that may have gone quiet over time. A 2019 study in sexual medicine found that older adults who use varied stimulation see a 30% improvement in sexual response. Not because they're pushing harder, but because they're staying curious and present. Think of it like playing a favorite song in a new way. Each note feels alive when you explore it with care. Take your time, let your body guide you, and notice the sensations without judgment. This step is about rediscovering joy in your own skin, moment by moment. The fifth step is sensory integration, and it's a beautiful way to seal this practice with kindness. After each session, pause for a quiet moment of gratitude toward yourself. Place your hand on your heart and silently say, "Thank you for being here." Feel the warmth of your hand, the steady beat beneath it. This simple act builds self-compassion, helping to melt away any lingering shame or hesitation. It's a reminder that your body is a partner, not a stranger, and it deserves your care. Research from the Journal of Positive Psychology in 2021 shows that gratitude practices like this boost emotional well-being by 20%, lifting your mood and deepening your sense of connection to yourself. This step doesn't take long, just a minute or two, but it's like planting a seed of love that grows with each practice. It's a way to honor the journey you're on and the body that's carrying you through it, to make this method a natural part of your life. I've put together a simple 7-day schedule to ease you in. For the first 2 days, focus on steps 1 and 2, creating your safe space and practicing deep breathing. Spend about 10 minutes each day, maybe in the morning when the house is quiet or in the evening when you're winding down. On days 3 and 4, add the third step, gentle touch, extending your practice to 15 minutes. Explore areas like your arms or chest, noticing how your body responds. By days 5 through 7, bring in steps 4 and 5, conscious stimulation and gratitude, spending about 20 minutes total. Choose a time that feels most relaxed for you, and make it a commitment, like brushing your teeth or having your morning coffee. Consistency is what makes this work. So mark it on your calendar or set a gentle phone reminder. A 2022 study in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine found that small, consistent habits like this increase adherence by 40%, turning new practices into lasting routines. If you have a partner, this journey can be a shared one, and it can bring you closer in ways you might not expect. Start with non-sexual touch. Simple things like holding hands, rubbing each other's shoulders, or tracing circles on your partner's arm. These moments build trust and comfort without pressure. Talk openly about what feels good, even if it's just a quiet conversation over tea. Share what you're learning about your body, and invite your partner to do the same. A 2020 AARP survey found that couples who communicate openly about intimacy report 25% higher relationship satisfaction, often because these talks create a deeper emotional bond. This isn't about recreating the past, it's about discovering new ways to connect in the present. Let me tell you about Carl and Diane, a couple who found their way back to each other through this approach. Carl was 71, Diane 68, and after years of routine, their marriage had grown quiet. They still loved each other deeply, but the spark of closeness had faded. "Dr. Cole," Carl said, "it's like we're roommates now, not partners." I suggested they try this method together, starting with small, non-sexual touches and open conversations. They began with evening shoulder massages, laughing as they shared memories of their early days. Within a month, Diane told me, "It's like we're dating again." Their connection deepened, not just physically but emotionally, as they rediscovered the joy of being close. Carl and Diane's story shows how these gentle steps can rekindle not just your body, but your relationships too. This method, exploring conscious stimulation and embracing gratitude, can transform how you feel in your own skin, alone, or with someone you love. But even the best plans can come with challenges. Let's talk about those next, so you can stay on this path with confidence. Even the most thoughtful plan can feel daunting when hurdles pop up, but I'm here to walk you through them. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, and after decades of guiding people toward vibrant health, I've seen how small obstacles can make you pause. You've learned a gentle method to reconnect with your body, but doubts, habits, or old feelings can creep in and slow you down. That's okay, it's part of the journey. Today, we're going to face 4 common challenges head-on and explore simple, practical ways to move past them. These solutions will help you keep your vitality alive, step by steady step, so you can feel more connected and alive in your own skin. One of the biggest hurdles is expecting the intensity of youth. As we age, the way our bodies respond changes. Sensations may feel softer, less urgent, and that can lead to disappointment if you're chasing the fireworks of your 20s. But here's the truth. Vitality isn't about intensity, it's about enjoyment. Let go of the idea that every moment needs to feel explosive. Instead, focus on the quiet pleasure of being present in your body. A 2018 study in the Journal of Sexual Research found that older adults who prioritize enjoyment over performance like orgasm or peak intensity report 30% higher satisfaction in their experiences. Try savoring the small sensations, like the warmth of your touch or the rhythm of your breath. It's like enjoying a gentle walk instead of a sprint that gets you somewhere beautiful, but one feels sustainable. Give yourself permission to explore without a finish line, and you'll find joy in the journey itself. Another challenge is staying consistent. Life gets busy, grandkids need picking up, errands pile up, or you're just too tired some days. It's easy to skip your practice, thinking you'll get back to it tomorrow. But consistency is what turns a moment into a habit that transforms you. To make it easier, treat this like any other daily ritual. You might use a journal to jot down a quick note after each session, like how you felt or what you noticed. Or try a pill organizer for any supplements you're taking alongside this practice. It's a visual reminder to stay on track. Research shows that habits stick after about 21 days of daily repetition. According to a 2020 study in the European Journal of Social Psychology. Think of it like watering a plant. Miss a day, and it's fine, but regular care makes it thrive. Set a small goal, maybe 10 minutes each evening, and watch how it builds into something you look forward to. Then there's the pressure to reach orgasm, which can feel like a weight on your shoulders. If you're focused on that one outcome, it's easy to get frustrated or feel like you're falling short. But the goal here isn't orgasm, it's connection. It's about feeling present, alive, and in tune with your body. If you notice that pressure creeping in, pause and take a few deep breaths, letting the tension slip away. Shift your focus to the sensations themselves, the texture of your skin, the rhythm of your movements. A 2020 study in Sexual Medicine Reviews found that older adults who let go of goal-oriented expectations see a 25% boost in sexual confidence. It's like cooking a meal not to impress someone, but to enjoy the flavors yourself. Try exploring for the sake of curiosity, and you'll find that the pressure fades, leaving room for genuine enjoyment. Finally, there's hidden shame, a quiet but heavy challenge for many. Maybe you grew up hearing that self-pleasure, or even thinking about your body's needs, was wrong. Those old beliefs can linger, making you hesitate or feel guilty. But let me remind you, caring for your body is as natural as eating well or resting when you're tired. It's an act of respect, not selfishness. Try reframing self-pleasure as self-care, a way to honor the body that's carried you this far. If that shame feels hard to shake, talking to a sex-positive therapist can make a world of difference. A 2019 study in the Journal of Clinical Psychology showed that therapy reduces sexual guilt by 40% in older adults, helping them embrace their needs without judgment. You might start by writing down one kind thought about your body each day, like "I'm grateful for my strength." Small steps like these can lighten that weight over time. Let me tell you about Edward, a 67-year-old retiree who faced these challenges and came out stronger. Edward came to me feeling discouraged. He'd tried reconnecting with his body, but was caught up in expecting quick, intense results and felt ashamed when they didn't come. He'd skip days, overwhelmed by life, and old guilt from his upbringing made him question if he was doing something wrong. "Dr. Cole," he said, "I want to feel alive, but I keep stumbling." I suggested he start small, focusing on enjoyment rather than performance, and journaling his feelings after each session to stay consistent. I also encouraged him to reframe his practice as an act of care, like taking a walk for his heart. After a month, Edward's whole demeanor changed. He felt lighter, prouder, and more at ease in his body. "I'm learning to love myself again," he told me, his voice steady with newfound confidence. Edward's breakthrough shows that these hurdles are just stepping stones when you approach them with patience. I'd love to hear from you. What's the biggest challenge you face in staying connected to your body? Maybe it's finding time, letting go of expectations, or shaking off old guilt. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else to keep going. You're not alone in this, and every step counts. With these tools in your hands, you're ready to move forward with confidence, keeping your vitality alive. Let's wrap up this journey with a story of hope and a gentle nudge to take action now.